Hello everyone! This week, instead of playing and reviewing a game, I'm going to be introducing the early concepts of the first game my team and I will be making this semester. When we first grouped up, the ITCS students knew they wanted to either do a fantasy RPG or a horror survival game. Both were right up my alley, so I was really excited to work with them. After getting to know each other a little better, we decided to go with fantasy, since we were all a little more comfortable with that than horror. Now we just had to figure out what kind of fantasy. We talked about our favorite fantasy universes, and pretty much all of them involve dragons. Things like Dragon Age and How to Train Your Dragon, etc. So it felt really natural for us to go in that direction. With this, however, we wanted to make sure we were avoiding certain stereotypes that are often seen in games surrounding dragons. A lot of games that involve these serpents tend to lead towards sprawling mountain scenes and monotone grays, like Skyrim. While this is pretty, we felt like going for a Scandinavian Nordic route was a little obvious, and that a lot of other creators before us had already tackled this world wonderfully. So in the end, we decided that we were going to do an Atlantis underwater world. While sea serpents and water dragons are certainly not unheard of, it felt like it was an environment people might not immediately tie to dragons. Within our world, called Ryuvern, you play as this character here. We decided to keep them rather androgynous for a couple of reasons. The first is that we wanted players to be able to relate to the main character. 2, it let us accomplish this, as well as letting us avoid creating and designing multiple characters or having a character creator. While something like that would definitely be cool, we felt it was a little too much to swallow for our first time around. In this world, there are different elemental dragons that you must collect. For this first level, we're just using 2 though, an ice dragon and a whirlpool dragon. You use these dragons to defeat corrupted ones. This level will work kind of like a Mario level, which will be a straight platformer where at the end is a boss door. However, in order to open it, you're going to need 10 pearls. In this particular level, there are 2 types of pearls, ice pearls and whirlpool pearls. Ooh, that's a bit of a tongue twister. You'll be able to collect these pearls by defeating various enemies, and the more you collect, the more powerful your dragons become. We're really early in the process, so our visuals at the moment are a little limited. However, I'm really looking forward to creating a bright, unique world to roam around in. One of the challenges this world poses, however, is the fact that, well, there aren't going to be walk cycles. It's all going to be swimming. The player themselves also doesn't fight, but rather commands the dragons. Kind of like Pokemon, but only dragon types. This does, however, lend to a pretty simple UI, as we won't need an overarching map for the world, and the HUD will contain assets like health bars, how many pearls you have, and how many you need to open the door at the end of the level. Also, in my non-coder lizard brain, I'm hoping that we can mess around with parallax scrolling. I think it's really pretty and very much like it. Overall, it's a pretty simple concept, but I'm really enjoying the creativity it's lending me. I love sea creatures and things that roam in the ocean, so this is a super fun thing for me. It's also given me the opportunity to experiment with a website called Chiptone. This allows me to make my own sound effects. I'm really looking forward to seeing just what we can produce. Well, that's it, I guess.